The planet has changed in recent years. In fact, technological development, intercontinental connection speed, and the globalization of economies and trade have shaped a world where business opportunities are continuously developing in all sectors. Frabemar was established in 1995 by Mr. Franco Bernardini after spending more than 40 years in the West Africa shipping sector. He met this challenge by putting all the knowledge he had gained from his experience in West African shipping into the company. Initially, Frabemar represented several African state-owned shipping companies as their agent. Frabemar then widened its range of activities in international freight forwarding and increased the representation of African shippers' councils. Subsequently, in order to meet the new requirements of the African logistics sector, Frabemar started the departments of trading and vessel chartering and obtained the ISO quality certification for its operations. Technological requirements led Frabemar to open its technological department in order to keep its systems and operations at the very cutting edge of technology. This department is very active in system developments designed specifically for African economies and satellite connections. Last but not least is the training department, created almost 2 years ago and focused on technological systems, supply chain management techniques, and international trade. Frabemar has now become a primary logistical actor on the international scene. The UNCTAD agency estimates that the impact of the price of sea freight on the total price of imported goods is approximately 7%. This macroeconomic data clearly shows the imported inflation directly due to sea freight. African shipping activities constitute 1% of worldwide activities, with a contribution of 5% to the global market. Approximately 80% of international trade with the African continent uses the sea as a means of transport. In order to manage this strategic supply route, African authorities must adopt an effective tool which permits the control and tracking of goods, allowing them to effectively and independently govern international trade by allowing the possibility of providing for any changes, thereby facilitating the decision-making process. From this perspective, Frabemar developed an electronic control and tracking system as a result of its experience in the field of the regularization of cargo destined to West African countries at the UNCTAD code application times. Modern technological developments have been used to integrate the former pre-shipment declaration forms with the most recent cargo tracking notes and advanced cargo declaration and tracking. This system has been awarded the Excellency Diploma by the Union of African Shippers Councils for its contribution to the African economy. The system consists of a telematics, instantaneous and standardized ISO way of collecting all necessary chain supply management data for cargo to and from African countries. The final document, validating the entire procedure, is the loading certificate. This system offers the most updated information and tools for the regulation of import and export operations. The concept is to facilitate international trade by allowing users to obtain a wide and complete range of services, leading to an optimization of trade processes. The system has been developed in accordance with World Trade Organization recommendations and allows contracting authorities an efficient method of control while facilitating international trade processes and allowing the possibility of forecasting cargo movements. Information is permanently recorded on a secure server, always available online, and updated for consultation by authorized users. The implementation of a freight marketplace for improved freight negotiation, the identification of actors up and downstream, the principle of cargo tracking from its production to its final destination, are all the result of this interactive system. The system is constantly updated and offers its users a multitask electronic platform. Everything begins at the port of loading. Representing the contracting authority, Frabemar provides exporters with a worldwide network of qualified port agents in order to assist global shippers, giving a real, non-internet-based proximity service. Exporters or their representatives contact the port agent when they have the bill of lading and the commercial invoice in hand. The shipment is then recorded on the system by the port agent at the port of loading and therefore controlled by the system's internal processes. When the processes have been carried out at the port of loading, the loading certificate is then validated automatically and released to the exporter or his or her representative. It is also available online to all authorized users. Upon loading certificate validation, the importer automatically receives his or her account details to log into the system and download the necessary import documents for import-export procedures for the cargo relating to the loading certificate. The importer is therefore certain that all necessary formalities have been followed at the port of loading. During the shipment. Throughout the shipment, the tracking service follows the shipment in real time, updating its status automatically and changing the expected times of arrival at the final destination. The importer and import authorities are therefore informed in real time of the supply arrivals, allowing a forecast of both logistical and financial aspects. This information is treated in a confidential way with the highest standard of internet security. To end cleared at the port of discharge. Once the cargo arrives at its destination, the loading certificate is cleared automatically. This allows a valuable cooperation between customs at the exporting country and the importing country, reducing customs declaration fraud. In fact, the system is designed to record the declarations at the origin and at the destination, thereby facilitating cross-controls between authorities in the single-window import and export process. This aspect allows a transparent and efficient management of various collections operated at different stages in the import and export processes. Besides its commercial operations, Frabemar is very active in social projects, particularly in terms of education. Frabemar contributes to the construction and restoration of schools for the education of young children. The interaction between nations and people has always been a catalyst for the transfer of goods and services in different geographical areas. The mission of Frabemar is to provide multiple logistical services in the field of supply chain management, particularly for Africa. Excellency is our goal in our day-to-day operations with all our partners in Africa. With the loading certificate system, all supply chain actors are involved in a unique tool and interact easily, avoiding the dangers of the unknown. Exchanges are extremely simplified, reducing communication costs, the adverse effects of misunderstanding, and the high cost of delays in a world where time is money.